2012, when we kicked off, Meat-Free Monday was a major source of inspiration. From a Chinese language standpoint or Chinese culture standpoint, I said, can we make an even more direct correlation to sustainability, which is simply green? And that is how Green Monday came about. But there's no doubt that the inspiration is definitely partially coming from Meat-Free Monday, from the McCartney family. We are very honored to announce that Mary will be joining us officially as an ambassador and advisor to Green Monday, and also from an impact investment standpoint, an investor to Green Common. And we thank you so much for that. In the previous 36 hours, I mean, we have brought Mary, of course, to Green Common to taste the food and to visit our shops. And last night, we had a very nice plant-based meal at the Chinese restaurant of Grand Hyatt. So tell us, what do you think about the improvement of plant-based food, not just in Hong Kong, but globally? And what are some of the changes in the UK in terms of vegan population, people's awareness?
What was interesting last night at the restaurant was it didn't feel like the chef, it's a really high, level chef, and it felt like he had enjoyed thinking about it and making a vegan meal, which I'm noticing more and more, like a good sign of a restaurant is it can be a restaurant that is a sort of has meat and fish, but they'll have a separate vegetarian menu, or they will have specials on the menu. In England, it's become a real mainstream buzzword, a trend. There's a lot, you'll walk down the street and you'll see vegetarian, vegan, like from the street on signage for menus, which is like really happened in the last sort of 4 or 5 years. I mean, so it's really encouraging, but there's so much to be done still. So that's why we're still not stopping, right?
Well, today's talk, the theme is called Mary McCartney's Journey, or Mary McCartney's Plant-Based Journey. So can you share with us how you started your journey of turning vegetarian, and of course your family as well?
So when I was very young child, our mum and dad came in and we sat down at the kitchen. They were like, kids, we need to talk to you. And they sat us down, and mum and dad together wanted to discuss. They were like, look, we've made a decision that we're going to become vegetarian because, we don't want to hurt animals anymore. And my mum said, I don't want to cook any meat in the house, but it's your decision, but I won't be cooking it at home. We were fine with that because she was a great cook. So we didn't miss it, which was very important to my plant-based journey. More reports have come out. It's a more immediate cause to action. So something that was a more general conversation, I think, is why I'm teaming up with you. It's like, it's not me with Meat-Free Monday in the UK, and you with Green Common here. It's like Green Monday here. We need to team up. It's a global awareness campaign. It's not us asking for money. It's not us asking for anything apart from an open discussion. Let's discuss it. It's not us and them. There's no immediate answer, but if we all talk, we're open with each other, maybe we can come up with some positive solutions and really sort of make a change. I say a lot of the new kind of really interesting proteins, vegetable proteins are coming out of Silicon Valley, and they're in labs, but they're natural ingredients, so I find them quite interesting. It's like pea proteins, and then the way you bind things and reduce down beetroot to get the umami and the color and the texture. But I don't think a lot of them started off to make a vegetarian vegan product. It was more because I think they know that the meat industry, with the way it's growing, isn't sustainable for the planet. So there's suddenly quite a lot of choice coming onto the market.
So, Karena, you were at this venue a few months ago for another event, and that one was with Dr. Jane Goodall.
Yes.
So, can you tell us a little bit about that event? And you were very touched by your interaction and your encounter with Dr. Goodall.
I just felt she was so in harmony with just Mother Nature. And she was telling us how we're literally killing the earth and taking it away from our next generation and the generations after that. And I just felt like, geez, what am I doing? Like I was really moved by it. And so I feel that since 2016 with Green Monday, and I had the honor to meet Dr. Jane Goodall, slowly and surely I feel that, my family and I were going more and more green.
Friday, March 15th, there was a huge global movement with 1.5 million students participating. It's called the Student Strike for Climate. And started by a 16-year-old, I believe probably some of you or most of you have heard of her speech, Greta, her name. What was that impact on you, and what were you thinking when you saw the news?
Excitement. Just I think that we've become a bit anaesthetized to the facts, and also a bit daunted. So to see kids, students taking action, taking their future into their own hands, and I'm a very visual person, so to see that in the media, to see those photographs, just the impact of that visually, I think it meant that a lot more people took notice. I think a lot of people were surprised and impressed.
Just a few weeks ago, when I saw Greta do the speech in Poland, and I just felt like, why don't we do something? I mean, we can. I mean, even a 16-year-old could come out alone, stand out alone. Now there's, it's like a big global movement. So I feel no one is too small to make any changes. Yeah.
I always like to say that with global warming, climate change, this is clearly a global problem that involves 7.6 billion people. Each one of us is part of the problem. So each one of us needs to be part of that solution. But in order for us to do that, we got to create this global alliance. From advocates to scientists to entrepreneurs to investors to influential leaders to celebrities. Just using all the power and resources and energy we have and channel that into this cause, because it takes, I think this is an unprecedented crisis that mankind is facing. It's not just one particular country, one particular region, one group of people. It's all of us.
The odd thing is, it's almost so big that it's almost like you almost won't do anything about it, because it's almost like you kind of want to put blinkers on and not admit it's happening. But there's more and more facts, more and more reports, more and more kids going out on protest. So it really does need to happen, and it needs to really almost be like, just start with baby steps. It's really important. It's like we all need to come together and not judge each other, have an open conversation and inspire each other.